An unprecedented story continues to evolve. At halftime with Adrian Wojnarowski, I suggested that we would speak to him soon. I had no idea that it would be this soon. He has just tweeted within the past 2 minutes that the NBA is suspending the season. I say that understanding that as we speak, the game in Dallas is continuing. Ryan Rucco in Dallas, the game is continuing. Yeah, Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, Scott, right now the game is continuing. There was a conference amongst officials during this last timeout, but the action continues at least for now. It seemed, based on Doris and I just, perusing the tweets from Woj at the timeout, Scott, that these games tonight are going to finish, and then that's where the hiatus will start. And you could see right here the reaction from Mark Cuban when he got the news, looking at his phone, and then he went and started to discuss it with members of the Mavericks organization on their bench.
He also alerted the officials that are in charge of this game, so they are aware of that as well, Ryan.
We are obviously in completely uncharted territories, and we are going to get a little more information now from Adrian Wojnarowski, he is with Scott Van Pelt right now. So let's get back to the studio, guys.
Ryan, thanks. And Woj, I turn to you. What can you tell me? How'd this happen?
Well, Rudy Gobert has tested positive for the coronavirus. That was learned in Oklahoma City prior to that game between the Jazz and the Thunder. Right now, the Thunder and Jazz, I'm told, are both quarantined in that arena, and the NBA has made the decision. They have just announced that they are suspending play, finishing after tonight's games. They're going to let tonight's games finish, but starting tomorrow, NBA play is suspended, and then the league is going to use that hiatus to decide their next steps, how they'll go forward. But this is the last night of NBA games for the foreseeable future.
And Woj, again, just for those that perhaps are just joining us, just to give a Cliff's Notes of what happened tonight in Oklahoma City, the Thunder and the Jazz were on the floor, as Royce Young had reported. They were moments away from tip-off. Thunder doctor came sprinting from the locker room. If we're connecting the dots, perhaps they only learned then that Gobert had tested positive. Is that what caused the game to be suspended? I'm sorry to put you in a position to talk about something I don't know if you know about, but is that a reasonable summation?
Scott, it's still unclear to me the sequence of events before the game in Oklahoma City, but it became clear that he had preliminary, and that was the word the league used, preliminarily tested positive for the coronavirus. And right now, both teams remain in the building. They remain in quarantine at the arena, I'm told.
This is a remarkable situation, and I realize it is truly changing by the moment. When we say hiatus, is there any sense of how long a period that would be, given that there seems to be so much uncertainty about how long a period one would have to actually be, in a sense, quarantined before you'd know whether or not he or she was positive?
There's no sense of how long, Scott. And one point that people were making with the league, with teams, because there had been so little testing, even up until the last few days in this country, they didn't have a handle within this league about the potential for this. And now, as a player has tested positive for it, the ripple effects that has on his own team, on other teams, clearly this is, as you said, Scott, uncharted territory. And there were several owners on a call tonight with Commissioner Adam Silver who suggested the idea of let's just take a hiatus instead of playing games without fans in the arena. The commissioner was ready tomorrow.